Hey, it's Gabe with API Nation. Today I'm going to show you how you can sync Sierra Interactive to Constant Contact. So all those contacts and leads you're getting in Sierra from your website, from the advertising you're doing through Facebook or Google PPC, they'll automatically get added to your newsletter list in Constant Contact. You don't have to upload, download, import, export, none of that stuff. It's just going to happen automatically. Also, if you're getting any email addresses, if people are signing up for your newsletter, you can have those people automatically synced into Sierra, into the CRM there. Super easy to set this up. Let me show you. The first thing you're going to do is go to apination.com and click on Start Syncing. There you're going to see a ton of different apps, marketing apps, real estate apps, productivity apps. They can all be automated here. I'm going to scroll down until I get to S for Sierra Interactive. There it is. Click on that. And then you can see all the apps you can sync with Sierra. I'm going to scroll on down to Constant Contact, click on that. And you're going to see a couple different syncs here. Sierra to Constant Contact and Constant Contact to Sierra. I'm going to start with Sierra to Constant Contact and activate that sync. The first step to setting it up is to sign into my API Nation account. If you don't have one, you can click here to create one, or you can sign in with your Google account, which is what I'm going to do. Next, we're going to connect both the apps. So I'm going to hit the connect button under Sierra Interactive, and it's going to ask me for an API key and a name for the connection. So let's go to Sierra and grab that API key. So we're going to open up Sierra, click on this gear, and come over here to this integrations tile. Click on that. It's going to take us to the integrations page. And eventually there's going to be an API Nation tile probably right around here with the API key. But for now, you can use the Sierra Interactive API key. So I'm just going to click on that. There it is. And I'm just going to copy that, head back to API Nation and paste it in. There we go. Paste it right in there. And now the name. So the name can be anything. It can be your name. It can be your team name. It can be your franchise name, your office name. It only matters if you have more than one Sierra Interactive account connected to a single API Nation account. I'm going to hit connect, and that makes the connection. Great, now we're going to connect Constant Contact. Similar, hit the button. It's going to take us out to the Constant Contact website where we're just going to sign in to make the connection. Perfect, a couple options here while we create our sync. Do you want to sync all contacts on first run? That means take all the existing contacts from Sierra, push them into Constant Contact. That's a great option if you're trying to build out a newsletter as quick as possible. That way you can have all those contacts pushed into Constant Contact and instantly build it out. If you don't want all those contacts added to a newsletter, you can just uncheck the box and it's going to only add any contact you add from now on. I'm going to go ahead and uncheck that box, and then I'm going to choose my contact list, or you can create a list. I'm going to go with that. Actually, I think I created one earlier called Sierra. There it is, Sierra Interactive. Hit subscribe. And this creates the sync. There's a couple options still I want to show you before we actually activate it by hitting this big button here. This is all the options we brought over from that last page. Here's two things we got to talk about though. One is the filter. You don't need to use this, but it's a powerful option if you want to create specific automations. For example, I can filter based on tags. So then I can create a newsletter list in Constant Contact of just people who have been tagged hot, or just people who've been tagged FSBO or military or anything like that. So I could do that, or I could do it based on the assigned agent email. So I can say, let's just create a list of everybody who's assigned to the agent with the email API Nation, gabe@apination.com. So you're going to want to make sure you have that email exactly right. But this way you can set up a sync that sends over an agent's contacts into a list. And you can do this for each of your agents, so they all have their own newsletter list in Constant Contact based on filtering this way. Most people are probably just going to go no filter. They just want to get everybody in there so they can start sending those beautiful emails through Constant Contact, staying top of mind. Here's the mapping. You can see we do most of this for you. Email from Sierra is going to email from Constant Contact, first name to first name, last name to last name. We do use the custom fields from Constant Contact. So if you need anything else from Sierra and you don't know where to put it, hop into Constant Contact, create a custom field, and you can drop it in that matching custom field. So for example, tags is one. If I come on down here to tags, I want a place to put the tags I have in Sierra Interactive in custom, there it is, in Constant Contact. So I'm actually just going to drop that in there. tags. There it is. This way the tags I have in Sierra will get added to a field in Constant Contact. This looks good. I'm going to activate this sync. So there we go. Contacts are now automatically getting added to my newsletter. If I click the Sierra logo, I can go back to Sierra Syncs, click Constant Contact again, and I can see I'm going to do this sync this time. This is going the other direction. This way, if I add anybody to my newsletter, somebody signs up for my newsletter, they'll automatically get added to my CRM. So I'm going to select both those contacts, both those accounts. Again, we're just going to choose the contact list. So if you have people signing up for a specific list, maybe you have, a recruits list or something else, make sure you're connecting that here. I'm going to stick with that Sierra Interactive list. Maybe I have people signing up for it using a form. And then I can choose if they already exist in Sierra Interactive, do I want them to overwrite the information, or check the box and do not overwrite information. It's going to create the sync once again. Again, we can filter based on, this time, information from Constant Contact. You can't filter based on custom fields in Constant Contact, but just kind of the basic information. And then the mapping. Important thing here, you can see we've mapped email to email, but you also need to map something to password. And there's a couple options here. You can just map the word, you can just type the word password. Every contact you're creating in Sierra Interactive, which is also an account for your website, will just have to sign in with their email and the word password, or whatever word you choose. So that's an option. And then just make sure to tell them to change that as soon as they log in for the first time. Or you can go ahead and just have them log in with their email for both. Email is going to be email. Email is also going to be their password. And again, tell them to change it as soon as they log in for the first time. So either of those is probably a good option. And if there's anything else you want to map up, you can. If I come on down here to assignee, you can also assign it to a particular agent in Sierra. So just make sure you have the email exactly right and that this person exists in Sierra so that they can get assigned to that agent. That's it. I'm going to activate that sync. And there we go. I now have two syncs running, Sierra to Constant Contact, Constant Contact to Sierra. That's it. That's how you connect Constant Contact to Sierra Interactive. Super easy, super effective. No more importing, exporting, uploading, downloading, copying, pasting. None of that stuff. Just contacts coming over to your newsletter automatically. Anybody who signs up for your newsletter automatically gets in your CRM, so you can follow up, you can focus, and create more deals. If you have any questions or need any assistance setting up this sync, shoot us an email, give us a phone call. You can also easily find us at apination.com/contact. We're API Nation, and we are connecting the world's applications.